You already know what the fuck going on. Did Damage here bring you another MLB The Show 18 No Money Spent Sluggers episode, and today we have the first split event reward debut. That card being Zach Britton, and the team he'll be facing is looking pretty good. He does have that new David Wright, as well as JD Martinez, Bryce Harper, Aaron Judge, his creative player, which I think is the dumbest thing in MLB The Show 18. But fast forwarding to the third out of the inning, we did have Mike Scott on the mound, our ace. You guys don't know, this card was from the AL West Immortal event. We did post a couple of live streams of that video like 3 weeks ago, whatever it was. But Jose Ramirez on the mound, not on the mound, Jose Ramirez in the batter's box, Mike Scott on the mound, and this Jose Ramirez is really good when batting on the left side of the plate. But it's no matter for Mike Scott, he gets to strike out to end the first inning. And this game, ironically enough, debuting a pitcher, was basically a strikeout battle for the first couple of innings. Jose raced up to the plate, 1-2 count. You guys can only tell what's going to happen after what I just said. 2-2 count with that cutter. He does have James Paxton on the mound, which should have been a really great advantage to us, as he gets a rarity, which is a well-placed cutter. You barely see those. And he strikes out Jose Reyes, first batter up. Next up, we have a 2-0 count with JD Martinez. There's no way we ruin this count with a lefty on the hill. James Paxton, his control is horrendous. It's like 69. He's basically the Charlie Blackmon of pitchers. Is like, he's a diamond, but like, you don't really want to use James Paxton. Like, he's not that great of a card, in my opinion, of course. Plus, he's a lefty, which I would rather have righties on the mound, because there are much better right-handed hitters than left-handed hitters. And with that being said, the left-handed pitcher strikes out our right-handed hitter. And we're going to fast forward to the top of the second inning. Mike Scott, dealing only 15 pitches in, already have 4 outs on the game. That Bryce Harper is on the mound, and we all know he raced against righties. Mike Scott gets his second strike against Bryce Harper in the game, and he's gonna strike him out with 3 pitches, and that splitter is disgusting. And yeah, man, it's gonna be a couple of innings, of course, since until we bring in Zach Britton. And with that being said, I wanted to speak on the event a little bit and the upcoming events. Today is July 8th, and on the 9th we will be getting another event, which will be basically all hell break loose, because it's going to be all common pitchers and the best hitters you can put together for that Jose Bautista. And we get the K on Aaron Judge in the third. I think that is Mike Scott's third strikeout in 2 innings, as our Aaron Judge comes up to the plate, and he hits one. I thought that was definitely going to be a line drive home run, and we are really excited for this new event, because our team is loaded with 2 outs. And I believe this is the bottom of the second inning. Yes, it is. He quick pitches us with Gary Sanchez. Really should have blasted that cutter into orbit. And now we all have a hitter's count, 2-1. Runner in scoring position. Scary Gary up to the plate, and what I thought was again a line drive home run. Bryce Harper somehow on his high horse gets to that one deep in center field. That was demoralizing. I remember that play very vividly. I was already mid celebration. I thought that ball was gone, and Juan Carlos Stanton is gonna strike out in the bottom of the 4th, bringing back up Aaron Judge. I thought he should have had a home run back in that second inning, and first pitch he's going to redeem that ticket for a home run. We go up 1-0 in the bottom of the 4th inning. and that is going to be the most offense you guys are going to see for a while in this Zach Britton debut. It was a pitcher duel from the bullpen all the way to the starting lineup, and now we transformed the man of the hour, well, man of the quarter of an hour if I'm being politically correct, but nonetheless, Gary Sanchez hits one back up the middle, and that is our 7th hole hitter. This is going to bring up the 8th spot, Gleyber Torres, and at this point we're already adamant about taking Mike Scott out in the 9th hole, and here it should have been an easy ground out, but he throws the first baseman off the bag, and now we're definitely going to take out Mike Scott. He has been doing well for us in this game. You see he's been throwing a no-hitter, a perfect game at that, all the way through 6 innings, and 5 innings going to the 6th, and I really didn't want to take him out, but for the sake of this debut I did, as Rhys Hoskins is going to take one deep to center field and advance Gary to third base. We have Jose Reyes up with only 1 out and a scoring and run position. And now what he does here, he walks the bases loaded, which actually is a pretty smart move. But nonetheless, lefty against JD, 1 out. There's no way we leave here without at least having a 2-run lead, right? Like, there's no way. We're already down 0-2. At this point, I remember swinging for contact, and I remember I had to hold myself back from that pitch. I just wanted him to make contact with the ball in Camden Yards high enough to bring home Scary Gary, and we strike out with the bases loaded and 1 out, and that is going to bring up our only lefty in the lineup against his lefty pitcher, and we're going to ground out right to the shortstop. So we leave the bases loaded and we have no runs in that inning. Well, in comes the man of the hour, Zach Britton. Once again, we were pitching a perfect game up to this point, and I really wanted to get Zach Britton some insurance runs in case anything went sideways. But here he is in his first inning against his creative player, which I think creative players are the dumbest shit in this game. Like, there's already 9 immortals, great players, legends, and the players have the option to create a player. I don't see why you need to create a player in the game where you can have basically the best players in any position you want. This is just stupid to me, and it's complete cheese to be switch hitters, switch hitting, power, speed hitters. Doesn't make any fucking sense. Your creative player can be an immortal for all you know. Doesn't make any sense. But in a couple of pitches, his creative player grounds out. Zach Britton's keeping the perfect game alive, and in waddles his Scary Gary Sanchez that he did get, actually everyone's talking about recently, he did get I want to say decent downgrade, but in reality that downgrade didn't do much at all. 1-2 count against Gary Sanchez, and Zach Britton is looking for the K here, and he just whiffs on it. Gary Sanchez looking very realistic right there, striking out in 4 pitches, something he's been doing a lot in real life. That downgrade was well deserved, but it still, once again, didn't serve much as to gameplay. And against James Paxton here, of course, Zach Britton, adding on to the lefty, and the pitcher is going to get a strikeout. That's just inevitable. And I just want to show, because it was in his first inning for the no money spent Sluggers. So against 3 batters, he mows them down, and more of that coming in the bottom of the 7th, top of the 7th, I should say. We couldn't get the bags going, and at this point, I just had a really nagging feeling that I needed to get some insurance runs. And here, Jose Ramirez, he breaks up the perfect game in the 7th inning. We only had about 6-7 more outs to go for that perfect game combined, and yeah, so at this point I'm just fishing for the shutout with Zach Britton get his first save on the squad, and we get the pop up against JD Martinez, but in the ninth we leave him in.
It was at this moment Jackson knew he fucked up.
We leave him in an inning too long. So at this point, we decide to bring in Eric Gagne because he brought in Carlos Correa, and he brings in none other than Joe Morgan. He has great stats against righty on that left-hand side of the plate, and I really hate facing against Joe Morgan. He's crowds the plate, really annoying player. If he gets on base, it's an automatic run. So I didn't want to walk him. I didn't want to pitch to him, but I probably should have walked him.
It was at this moment Jackson knew he fucked up.
He takes us deep. He takes us deep. He takes us deep twice in the ninth inning. And things just get worse from there on. You think it'll get better, but David Wright gets one off the pitcher. He's still second base with ease. Francisco Mejia, not even Francisco Mejia. Jose Ramirez up to the plate. He drives it deep into Cammy yards. That is going to advance David Wright to third base easily. So just like that, 2 outs, runner on third. We're down by 1. Gave up 2 home runs in the last inning. JD Martinez up to the plate. Previously had no hits up to this point. Drives in the third run of the inning, and that is going to bring up none other than Bryce Harper, who again had no hits up to this point. Eric Gagne with the pitch.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Bryce Harper with the home run, and that is going to be how the game ends. Disappointing debut, to say the least, for Zach Britton. But on the bright side, we saw strokes of greatness. Well, those first 3 innings he was in, that was just a terrible ending. Hope you guys did enjoy this gameplay. I'm The Damage, and I'm out.